Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more of the meta. So once again, I'm going to be showing you some gameplay of me playing against two different opponents. I actually had pretty good gameplays against this guys. From a competitive standpoint, no, these were two shutout rage quits. But for the most part, there's some pretty good gameplay that I want to show you with these guys that I was going against. Once again, I'm using the Eagles as my team. I just figured I'm going to go with one of the better rosters. I've got a roster where I'm really trying to run the rock a little bit more under shotgun formations and stuff like that. So that's why you're going to see me using the Eagles as my team. This guy actually comes out and actually uses an outside run right there, and then huddles. Anytime I see tight sets, for the most part, I like to go ahead and just use a kind of a cover 3 type coverage, where I've got my guys out in hard flats, because a lot of times people actually use, the type of plays, which would be like mesh and stuff like that, in these type sets. He does run an underneath route right here. He's got basically kind of he's got a concept like this. He's got a drag underneath. I think he's got a dig underneath, and he's got a clear out right here. So this is essentially the concept he's got going on. I'm playing in the middle of the field. He drops it down to his underneath route, picks up 5 yards in that type of situation. So that's where I jump into cover 3 hard flats. I like to take it away. Now he goes into gun tight open. I decided to go ahead and hit this guy up with the blitz and see how he responds to it. So my go-to blitz when I'm using the mug is to actually go ahead and use basically the cover 1 hole. I just find the alignment is always a little bit more solid opposed to basically the other defense, which would be like the man blitz version of it. I've got edge pressure coming in. He takes his running back out. So basically what I'm going to do is just come down here and take care of the running back. And he just doesn't get the ball off quick enough, and as a result, to get pressure in his face, get him into 4th and 5. So now you're really going to get a feel for what type of opponent you're playing. This guy's obviously a gambler, goes with gun tight open, and right here in this situation, I think I jump into basically a cover 3 hard shell with the assumption that he's probably going to try to hit me with mesh. That's usually what a lot of players like to do. Shift my line off here, right here, so he can't get leverage and get to the outside. If he wants to cut it back, I've got 2 guys, and I'm going to actually fill in the gap. So basically all the blocking is picked up in this type of situation when I go ahead and spread the line right there. On that QB contain, because he's using Allen, and a lot of players like to roll out with the quarterback. Right here actually goes ahead and drops, and I get myself a beautiful animation by Rogers Sr. there. That's CPU animation. I don't know where he was going with the ball, but that interception wasn't necessarily a situation where this guy was doing well. So right here actually jumps into a bunch set. So he's got 4 wide receivers off here, 1 wide receiver here, and this is what I'm doing right now. I'm actually going to be using basically 34 odd, because I want to get pressure off the edges. At fast pressure, he has no time to react. My responsibility is to go ahead and play the 4th wide receiver, but you can see these other guys are all manned up, and I just do inside shading just to make sure that he can't hit with any kind of crossing routes right there. So I've got my guys manned up right there. I actually switched on the wrong guy. Should have been on a blitzing guy right there, and he's able to get the ball off. This is a lucky Philadelphia Eagles interception by Deshaun or Adeem. Now I should pick this guy off and practically pick 6 them. He ended up quitting out against me, and I go into the next game. So I'm going against a guy playing the Atlanta Falcons. Once again, I'm using Philly. It's a roster that I don't have to really make much changes. I like to use a lot of baseline initially with my defense and just see what person comes out. Comes out of basically single back tight formation, and I'm just going to use quarters against him, just see how he responds. But I want to show him a blitz initially. Just stay with the coverage, spread my line out, and what he does is he goes with an outside stretch play. And he's got really good blocking, seal blocking right here. And I think I got picked up by one of his blockers. And this guy comes up. So this guy's got a free lane right there because I get scooped up into the blocking. That's the only problem with the 34 odd defense, is that if you are trying to show any kind of aggressive blitz, unless you actually press your safeties down, you can get yourself in a situation where you can get caught up in the blitzing angles. So now he comes out Butch. He's got a bunch set right here. Off to the left, he's got his running back. He's got his wide receiver out wide. And I think what I did is I don't even remember what coverage I jumped into. I think it might have just been a basic cover 6 type coverage. Hits me with a little levels concept. Hits me underneath. No, actually, it was in the one defense, which essentially is like the crossfire blitz. So I think what I did is I dropped my guys up into zones just to set that up. Now he's got a tight formation. I think I went with cover 3 hard flats to get a nice block shed right there. He put him in a situation where he picks up a yard. He actually no huddles, and I'd go ahead and jump into basically Willie. Now this is not a good alignment. I should flip this play right now because I've got my 3 wide receiver side on this side, and I got 2 wide receivers aside on this side with a box defense. So that's 4 defenders for 2 wide receivers. Not a good setup. This play should be flipped. I should be jumping out of this, maybe jumping into cover 4, but I don't make the right adjustment. And as I realized what play I jumped into, I realized, oh my God, he's got me in a situation right now. I need to get rid of the ball. So basically what I did is I realized, okay, so these guys are manned up. They're going to carry. I've got a defender that's sitting in the middle of the field. And basically he's got a flat route out right here. So he's got this wide open unless I fill the gap and actually take out the flat. So I immediately bite down to the flat. He makes a pretty good read. He throws right in the middle of the field. My defender does not jump on the ball, but he does pick up a couple yards right there in that type of situation. So he goes back to empty open bunch. This is an empty set. And once again, if I see empty, I'm going to go into auto alignment man's coverage. And I'm going to jump into that 34 pinch bucko blitz and actually go ahead and blitz all. Set that pressure up so he knows pressure's coming in, and I'm going to go ahead and use this guy right here so he can get some. I got some free rushers coming in, and my responsibility is to man up on this guy. This guy chose the wrong play every time he went into this formation because basically he's got crossing routes going over the middle of the field. I'm frozen right there, so he's not ready to throw the ball. So I'm just going to go to the outside. Right here, you can see I'm actually reacting a little bit late, which seems like it was some type of a trail route right there. And as a result, he gets himself into a 4th and 14. So same type of setup. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and set up the pressure. Someone's coming in. You can't block all of them. I'm going to go out to this little angle route, this trail route. So basically what he had just a slant. He had an outs, and then he had like kind of an angle route right there. And he throws the ball early. I actually get into the passing lane and actually go ahead and get the ball back, turn it over to me on downs. So back at it after I score a touchdown, he goes into a tight formation. Once I see tight, I always just play cover 3 hard flats with the anticipation this guy is going to play mesh. So basically I'm anticipating he's going to play mesh. Anytime I see these type of formations, that's what I'm anticipating. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into basically a mesh formation, and this is exactly what he does. But I'm just kind of sitting right here, and in this type of situation, he's got a gap right here. He actually obviously this guy's thrown this route combination before because he actually makes that fast read and threw into the void. I think huddles, runs the same play. I quickly switch over to my defender to the opposite defender, cross line right here, and now I'm going to take away that read. And he actually says, okay, you're just not going to take that little hitch route right there. I'm going to go ahead and throw that, and he actually drops it down. So really good, progressions for him. I'm like, okay, now I got to zone drop somebody away so he doesn't have that hitch route. So now he goes into a spread formation. He's got, basically 2-by-2 type formation with his running back in the backfield. And he's got 3 on the left side, and he's got basically 2 on the left side. So I'm just playing cover 6. So I've got cover 6 right here, match principles in that type of situation. So I'm just going to go ahead and let the play come out. You could see everybody pulling, and I'm gonna I read it correctly, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna come down to the running back, freezes him. He doesn't know where to go with it, and he actually takes himself a coverage sack, and I get a 2nd and 23 against this guy. So this guy's trying to get into scoring territory. He just pushed the ball back out of field goal range. So now I'm just gonna light this guy up, basically with a mug blitz right here. I'm going to drop my guy down. His running back does try to pick up the blitz, but the pressure comes in. Get another 10-yard loss, 3rd and 13, or a 33 type of situation. So I'm going to hit him with the same blitz again. He tries to get rid of the ball. He holds on to it a little bit long right there, and I get him a situation where I score another touchdown. So third quarter, basically he's got the ball back, goes back with the empty. I'm going to go back with this pinch bucko and just say, hey, the pressure's coming in your face. You're going to have to stop it as it gets in your face. He goes back to this same route concept. So he had basically an out. He had an up. He's got himself a curl concept and then an out. So this is the play he keeps using against me, but he can't get the ball off. Tries to throw over the top, the 50-50 ball. My defender actually gets out there and actually knocks it out. Now he goes into a tight Y off weak, and I jump into, I think, cover 6. And I think what I did is I jump once again into cover 3 with the anticipation that he might go ahead and use the one concept, which essentially is mesh. But here's the thing. He's got this running back on the other side, and I actually anticipated that. So I had to jump into this play out of the cover 6, and then I jumped in and dropped this guy into a vert hook. So he would carry and take away any kind of route right over the middle of the field. He actually has, looks like some type of a concept right here where he's got clearing him out. I think he's got like an in route. He got another route like so. And he's playing a completely different passing concept. He's got an out route. Here's one of the better like makeshift plays he does. He's got this. I actually sent my spy out, and as a result, it makes that guy unclear. He actually uncovered, so I actually come over and I try to pick it up. But that was a pretty good ad lib by him. But you know, this guy's pretty much running play stock. Now he goes and jumps into just a running situation. I don't think he really has kind of an answer to my defense. I go to the outside. I try to go ahead and shoot the gap against him, and Bijan is able to get past me. So he is able to pick up a good 8 yards in that situation. And now right here, I just was in the wrong defense. I figured, okay, this guy's really not reacting too well to the blitz. I'm just going to blitz him with all. He blocked his running back and hits me with a simple levels concept with a drag underneath it, with a verticals concept with a drag underneath it. Picks up some pretty good yards. I actually jump into basically cover 6 once again. I always shift my line off. I don't want to give this guy any kind of running lanes at all. But I'm the 3-rec hook, so I'm basically going to be looking for anything coming over the middle of the field. I'm going to kind of carry over that. And this hook is a vert hook. He's going to come out and take away any kind of a vertical route. I got a soft squat off to the right. You can see actually this guy comes out and takes a vertical route. He's got the vertical route, and I got someone over the top. He presses. I got this route, and he's looking for work. And my responsibility is to take care of the running back. But what happened is when I shifted my lines over, these guys double teamed. I got a single team on this outside edge defender, and the edge defender won against that tackle and was able to go ahead and get into the backfield and force a bad release. So that was just fortunate for me. Now he goes back once again into this play. I was actually in the wrong defense. I was fumbling around for a different defense, and I ended up in a cover 6 zone coverage. He hit me with a little whip underneath, gets the ball down right there. And he's got a shot right now. If he could score a touchdown, potentially get a stop against me, he can get back into this game. But he's going to have to play perfect. He actually goes ahead and throws a seam, and my one defender, Dijon, actually goes ahead and gets a nice little interception right there, and this game is pretty much toast after that, after I score a touchdown against this guy. So wanted to show this gameplay to you guys. Once again, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it, and I'll be rolling out some more offensive game tips out of the Chicago Bears playbook. It's got some really good plays that I've been using out of the Buccaneers, but I think their play calls are in the Chicago Bears are much better. So thank you for your support, guys. Till next time.